do today? Today, in this episode, I would like to share how to prepare for a plant medicine ceremony. Obviously, it's very important to get ready physically, mentally, and it's like if you're going to drive in the snow, you want to make sure you have chains on your tires, or you just want to make sure that you have the best possible base for medicine to be able to work with you. So this means that we have to cover our bases. There are certain things that I do to prepare for plant medicine. So I have an easy night, so I have as much vision and consultation as possible. I mentioned what happens when you drink ayahuasca on my other video. If you want to check that out, you should definitely do that, so you know what I'm talking about more in this episode. Preparation for medicine ceremony is one of the most important because, again, you want to have an easy ride, right? So if you have pen and paper and something to drink, take it right now. It's a little chilly in here. How do I start my preparation? I'm going with what I do because I'm my own guide and I'm my own resource. So I can only speak for myself, what works for me, and I've been doing this for a while, so hopefully what I do also will help you. First thing first, I start with my diet. As you guys know, that I follow a ketogenic diet. This requires for me to eat protein and vegetables. In the protein department, I eat red meat for sure, but the red meat I eat is usually 100% grass-fed and grass-finished. So I like humane red meat and humanely raised animals. But red meat, regardless of how humane it's been prepared, it still holds a lot of energy. And since we're going into the plant medicine ceremony, we're dealing with a lot of energy. And I usually cut red meat 10 days before a ceremony because I don't want to deal with that energy in my ceremony because it will probably come up. So I want to clean that out of my system. In that period, I usually keep it to fish or chicken. When the animal cows, before they get slaughtered, regardless, they have fear, and that fear releases some chemicals, and these chemicals actually stays in the system. And when you eat that red meat, those chemicals and that energy will stay in your body as well. So I know it sounds terrifying, but that's why it's very important to pick as humanely slaughtered, I guess the word, or as humanely treated animals as possible. So in this period, I will stick to usually fish, chicken, like 10 days before. And besides that, I will also make sure that I don't have any alcohol consumption or weed, marijuana. I don't use any of it. I don't drink alcohol or I don't use marijuana. But if you are drinking even regularly, you should cut that off because, again, we're dealing with the chemicals and the physical changes in your body when you take ayahuasca, so you don't want anything to be interfering with that. And smoking marijuana is actually the same, or mushrooms. You should not take any of that. At least 10 days before you have to go into diet, the ayahuasca diet. And always check with your doctor and see if you're physically able to handle a plant medicine ceremony. I have been doing this, so I'm pretty solid on that end, but if you've never done it, I would suggest that you should always check with your doctor. And if you are on any kind of antidepressant or any kind of medication, again, you have to check with your doctor. You won't be able to attend a ceremony if you are on any kind of antidepressant, because what happens is antidepressant adjust certain chemicals in your brain, and ayahuasca also adjusts certain chemicals in your brain. So if you're already doing that kind of treatment, plant medicine will interfere with that, and it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. So my teacher will not allow anyone to actually attend a ceremony if you are in any kind of medication, unless you have a doctor release, and you have to be off your medication at least 28 days. So if you're having these kind of issues, you got to make sure that your body is prepared before you even think about attending a ceremony. 3 days before the ceremony, I cut any kind of animal protein. I don't eat any animal protein. Again, it's for energetic, spiritual reasons. I really don't want to deal with that in my ceremony because it will come up. I cut salt and spicy food. Salt and spicy food will interfere with your vision, with your pinta. You won't be able to see anything. And again, clearing the vessel and keeping it clean will have the best outcome for you. You're taking this flight to the other dimension, and you don't do this all the time. So give yourself a chance by preparing properly, so when you're there you enjoy the journey, because if you have all these roadblocks, you won't be able to enjoy your journey. You won't be able to get the best out of it. You don't get to drink medicine every day. So for me, it's very important that I physically prepare for my medicine ceremony. For the ladies, this is very important. You cannot attend a yage ceremony if you are on your monthly cycle, on your moon time, because what happens is when we are on our moon, our portal is open, and our portal is it's in belly button. That's where the portal is open, and that's a very creative energy. That's a sexual energy. That's we make human. Our womb. It's open, ready to receive. We have no protection. When it's open, we take everything in. We take the bad and the good. So we are kind of like the receiver for all the energy. That's why on my moon time, I usually don't see many people. I like to keep it to myself. And there's actually another ritual that I will be covering that soon, what we do on our moon time. But in the ceremony, since that energy is so powerful, it will take over the room. And if you attend a yage ceremony on your moon, you will be very fragile. You will be vulnerable to everything what's going on in the collective. And my teacher, again, Taita, will not allow you to sit in the ceremony. Since you're more powerful and more open, he would want you to be protected. Therefore, you have to wait until you're done, and then you can come back to the ceremony. And if that happens in the middle of a ceremony, you will be removed to a safer space. We usually have a moon maloka, where this happened to me actually once in the middle of ceremony. I got my moon, and they literally moved me to a safer place, so I was not with a lot of people, and I was protected, and I had people to take over and look over me while I was going through my journey. There are things as a woman that we can do. Usually, even though if I'm not on my moon, I will put little tobacco in my belt button, and I'll just band-aid it. And I have my medicine belt, which I will put that over just to cover my portal, so I'm very protected. I'm working with myself. I'm not taking care of anybody else, because in the ceremony what can happen is you can start healing other people around you. It's really not in your control. It just happens. And if you don't want to do that, then you can cover your belly button with a little bit of organic tobacco and just tape it and put your medicine belt on, and you're good to go. Before ceremony, 3 days before and 3 days after, sex is not recommended. Having sex, having an orgasm, because again, we need that creative energy to heal ourselves, and it's the most powerful energy there is. I mean, we create human with that, right? So imagine what can be done with that energy. So it's very important to keep everything for yourself, all your energy, and keep all the vessels open, so you don't waste the time that you book this event, you traveled, you're in a sacred place. You just want to make sure that you're a clean vessel so the medicine can work with you. These are like one of the most important things. Drinking the medicine is the easiest part, I think. Before and after, there are some sacrifice. You need to sacrifice maybe drinking alcohol or making out with your partner, but it's not forever. It just, you're preparing basically for a surgery, it's kind of the same idea, I guess. It works, and when you prepare properly, you will have less hurdles on your journey. You will enjoy it more, you will get more out of it, you'll have more information, you'll have more healing. So why not be prepared? If you have any questions, please ask me. If you never done plant ceremony and you want to go somewhere safe, you can always check out my teacher's farm, FINCA AMBIWASI.com. I will link it below, so you can check out what's there and what's happening, and you can see the retreat times and see if that will work with your schedule. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel so you can follow through what I will be posting. I just started, as you all know. I'm just enjoying sharing, and I feel like this information needs to be out there, and I'm just doing my part in it. And I hope you enjoy joining me and watching me, and I will be seeing you on the next episode. Much love.